And welcome back to week 5. Oh my goodness. I wish my scores were as energetic as I was right now. Dad, welcome us.
Oh, this is so cool. Week 5. Fun week 4. We'll get to that. But first, our guest this week, the only Sport Dolls guest or Sport Dolls, any in history to go undefeated.
The one,
Darla,
the only, Darla Doll. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
I couldn't, yeah, that's true. I can't believe it. The one and only to go undefeated through 2 full seasons into the 3rd.
This is a lot of pressure, you know.
Yeah, it's, I was going to say, because greatness is expected. So I'm sure you have yet another year in the tank, but either or, it's always good. I'm excited to see what you have for us this year, Darla.
We know we have to bring
any algorithms.
No,
I only have gut feeling.
Don't need that. We go off of gut feeling, players, colors, mascots, the important stuff that we need to do. That is correct.
Yes.
I go gut feeling all the time, Darla. So you have my 100% support.
You guys are crazy. Just crazy.
Yep. I know, all right. Flying by the seat of our pants. We'll see what happens.
And we're just lucky to have you here, Josh, because next week we've already got it scheduled. You have a replacement, so I don't know if you need to connect with Charlie, but he's going to represent you for week 6.
Yeah, I will be overseas in Italy. Very excited, visiting sister-in-law, doing a semester abroad. Very, very excited. It's going to be an amazing trip, 10-day vacation over in Italy. I didn't even think about that. I should talk to Charlie. I don't feel I should give him 100% full reign. That makes me slightly nervous. But yeah, we're gonna have to work that out. Thanks to my secondary sponsor, WhatsApp on my phone, I'll be able to communicate without amazing phone charges from Italy to the United. Once again, sorry, that's just so funny because Dad just had to tell me every day for the past 2 weeks I should download this app, and I just did. So thankfully, WhatsApp is.
It's like knee surgeries.
Oh, just keep reminding him. It'll happen.
Yeah.
Anyways, yes. No free reign for Charlie. I think we're gonna agree on a lot of picks, but that is for us to discuss, and then he can bring it next week.
Okay.
What do you say? Let's take a look at last week's. I don't want to.
Josh.
Oh my goodness. I feel like an amateur. Oh my Darla, you couldn't be more right. Dad, let's get that intro going.
Here it goes. There it was. How could you forget that?
I don't know. We gotta start that sooner, just because I get going right off the get-go, and it's just a train without brakes, just keeps going, and then I don't even think about the intro. But man, again, love that intro.
Yeah,
here we are,
right there. Well, last week, for Owen took it, went 6 out of 10. Brought the guest back in. Josh, you and I, that was
it was tough. My interpretation was looking at all these games. I think I literally thought the spread was either too small or too big. Like the big spreads obviously did not cover pretty much down the board. Minus Cincy dominated Indiana, but like Minnesota's game was a 3-point spread and they beat them by like 28. It was a ridiculous game. Michigan barely snuck by Maryland.
Well,
Ohio State.
what were you and I thinking with Ohio State and Wisconsin? Oh my goodness.
I don't know. That was I think that's probably my most frustrating pick of the week. That or Northwestern, for the fact that Northwestern got beat by Miami of Ohio. I vaguely remember last week talking about how Northwestern is bad, but I really didn't think Miami, Ohio was that good. Yeah, a lot of mistakes and a 4 out of 10 to prove it. So that's all I got to say. Yeah, Darla, I'm sitting here spinning wheels going, you know what? Hindsight's 2020, made a lot of silly picks. We need to bounce back.
Well, the overall, now I still with that 4 picks stayed in first by 2, but the guests, they really stormed back, and it's pretty tight right now.
Yeah, always is early. Yeah, I was gonna say we got a lot of weeks of picking going on. Needless to say, I cannot survive being under 500 on picks, but we'll just see what happens this week. Last week's in the past. Let's move on.
Okay, let's start it off. Darla, coming to you right away. Illinois at Camp Randall at Wisconsin. Wisconsin is favored by 7.
Yeah, Wisconsin's struggling, but I am going with Wisconsin, and I think they'll cover the spread.
Gosh, I don't know what to think of this team, Wisconsin. I should just keep going with my gut in saying that they're not good. But at the same time, I don't think Illinois is that great, but they may mess around with them. I'm going to go with my gut and say it's at Camp Randall. Wisconsin's going to want to come off of a bad week being beaten down by Ohio State. I'm going to go Wisconsin to win and cover.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. Wisconsin at Ohio State. That was just really silly. Now, granted, Illinois has not really played anybody this year yet, but their defense and Illinois isn't known for their defense. Number 5 in the country. Yeah. However,
that's what I'm saying is like I want to cheer for Illinois. I think they are an up and coming program. Ex-Wisconsin coach Brett Bielema is their head coach.
Yes.
So he knows what it's like to be in Camp Randall. He knows how to play there. Now, granted, he was the head coach, but he's already making moves in Illinois. I think it's going to give them a run for their money, but boy, I hope for Wisconsin's sake they can actually win.
I just think that Wisconsin's got a decent defense. Mertz, they're going to reduce his game. They're not going to give him the chances to mess up like he has in the past. So the algorithm has Wisconsin by 8.5, and I believe 8.5 is more than 7. So I'm also going Wisconsin.
I was gonna say it's basically your algorithm is just giving you a little leeway around those spreads. But all right, all Wisconsin, go us.
To me, this is a scary game. Michigan at Iowa. Michigan's been just rolling. They've been smooth, closer with Maryland.
They didn't cover the spread against Maryland, and now they're playing, I believe, a better team.
Yes.
Depends how you look at it, because you can call Iowa a better team just because they're slower, old school ground and pound, whereas Maryland is over here, just shotgun, fast paced, everything.
Yeah,
I don't know. There you have it.
Darla, Michigan's picked by 11 on the road.
I know that spread just kind of makes me a little nervous.
It's weird. It's like they want you to like teeter-totter between it. Yeah.
But I did go with Michigan and to cover the spread. So I know it's at Iowa, but I'm still going to stick with Michigan and to cover.
Oh, Yeah, I know. I was a little upset that Michigan did not cover the spread against Maryland. Maybe Maryland's just that, explosive in offense. Maybe. But I do not think Iowa is that team that can stick around with Michigan. I think they are going to be outplayed. I think they have out athletically. They are just going to be outplayed both sides of the ball. I'm going to go Michigan winning and covering at Iowa.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more, Josh. JJ McCarthy's going to have a day. Michigan #1 in points. Iowa will not score 11 in the game. Michigan's defense is tough.
And that's the thing is like Iowa's not going to change their game plan, but it's just not going to work for them. And I think they're going to have to take a lot of chances, which I believe will lead to mistakes. I don't think it's a very good Iowa team, even though, they had a pretty solid win last week. But I think Michigan is going to clean up some things from last week and really give Iowa a good game and beat them handedly, hopefully.
Well, so far we're all lock and step. Let's see what happens on this next one. It's homecoming.
Yeah.
We're in the gold section, and it's going to be super fun. Purdue at Minnesota. Minnesota is picked by 12.5. Darla.
My heart goes with Goldie. Woohoo!
That's right. I can't get enough of this team right now. I mean, they are firing. They continue to stay consistent. I believe their offense just keeps getting better and better. I believe brief stats that I saw is that I'm drawing a blank right now. But Minnesota, Tanner Morgan passed for over 200 yards and 3 touchdowns, I want to say. Or is it only 2 touchdowns? But needless to say, he had a great passing game when we know we have a phenomenal running game. So our offense is churning so much. The part that makes me nervous is that I know Purdue's offense can also make big plays in the passing game. That was taken out of the picture last year because I believe Minnesota played at Purdue homecoming last year, but it was a horrible, crappy, rainy day.
Yes.
Yeah, nasty stuff. But I think Minnesota is too hot right now. It's going to be at home. They choked last season, homecoming, against Bowling Green. They do not do it again. Big win over Purdue for homecoming. Minnesota to win and cover.
Yeah, last week, let's just take that just for a little bit. Holy cow. Michigan State has some athletes. They're just not playing together. And Michigan State is going to be a team to reckon with down the road. They are not that bad. But the Gophers just put their foot on the pedal and never let up. And
would the Gophers be that good is the question. I don't want to be too big for my britches because we have 1 Big Ten win. We're 4-0 and we're ranked. Now that usually means a loss is coming soon, as we know as Minnesota Gopher fans. But I don't think it's going to happen this week.
It's going to be the big question is whether O'Connell is going to play or not. And they severely missed him last week. I mean, big time. Mm-hmm. He's taken limited snaps. Gophers are going to win either way. O'Connell will make it tougher to eat the spread. So that being said, #1 defense in the country, #3 offense in the country. It will be a Gopher win. This guy is just too tough. It's going to be a Mo day, and O-line is just going to crank it up. Gophers will win by more than the spread, and they will bring. But they are going to have an awesome homecoming.
I'm hoping so. I was going to say, they're setting people up for some possibility of letdown. I don't want the hype to get too big. I don't think it is. maybe for Minnesota fans. Minnesota fans are like, oh, Big Ten championship, 4-0, let's go. But I really hope, unlike last year, they don't drop the ball. I don't think they will. I think they're more mature and a better team. So we will see. But they're going to be tested against a good team. That's for sure.
Oh yes, I mean they and going through the schedule here, and this is all the Big Ten. Every team gets better every week, and you've got to stay with it. And the Gophers, have played weak opponents, but they've throttled weak opponents. Now let's see what they do against teams that can air it out, and that defense is going to get a test.
But yeah, I agree. It'll be fun. That is going to be a fun game to watch. That's for sure. I also think this next one will be fun to watch. It'll be.
I am with you. This one's a scary game. Michigan State at Maryland. And I don't know if Maryland's ever been favored by 8.5 over Michigan State since they've been in the Big Ten, but they are today. Darla.
Yeah.
Dang. Because it's a home game, I did go with Maryland covering the spread, but
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous about that.
I know. I think the spreads are neck and neck this week.
Yeah.
I agree, Darla. I think you're spot on. That home field advantage plays a huge
Yeah.
sway in college sports, I believe.
So,
Are you going to stick with Maryland?
yeah.
See, that's the part is maybe part of me says I don't think Michigan State is a bad team. I think the Gophers are that good of a team that they controlled that game handedly. And it was at Michigan State. This is gut check time for Michigan State. They've been a good program for many, many years. They've been a ranked program for many years, recent years in the past. This is a big game because they know Maryland played Michigan very hard. And just like every top Big Ten team, every team's going to throw everything they have to bring down the number 1, number 2 in the Big Ten. And that's what I think happened with Maryland and Michigan. I think Maryland is going to have like an exhaustion effect, maybe. But I think they went balls to the walls against Michigan and played them very hard and played very well. I think Michigan State is going to be playing with a chip on their shoulder, going on the road. I think they are going to win outright. Michigan State beating Maryland. There's my upset.
Darla,
Boy,
again?
I could be 110% wrong the other way.
What team?
Who'd you go with, Darla?
Maryland, and they would cover.
Okay. That's a bold move.
Here's our first difference, Darla. I had to do it. I'm like, we got to get some change up in here. And boy, did I change it up hard the other way. And I think I was going to say, one of us is going to be really happy in being like, man, that other person had no idea what they were guessing on.
You realize I'm going to call you on WhatsApp.
Yeah. What? Oh, is that another sponsorship on WhatsApp? Little did they know they're getting plugs left and right. Yeah, that'll be fun, Darla. It's either going to be like, I knew it, or I am so dumb, Darla. I should listen to you more often.
Well, this is sorry, Josh. You know what's coming. Maryland penalties 112 rate. Maryland margin of turnovers 106. Yet they're 3-1. I don't know how they do it.
Put points on the board is what they do.
Yeah, I mean they have athletes. They have freak athletes. Algorithm has Michigan State by 2 points.
Yeah, like I said, it's gut check time for Michigan State.
I'm going.
Does that mean
I'm going Michigan State to? This is my upset of the week, also. So Michigan State to win.
There you go, Darla. You may have 2 idiots right up in your trap right now.
Or I may be a big loser.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's gonna be a gamble. We will find out on Saturday. I'm excited. I'm excited. We'll see how this one plays out.
Okay. Penn State is hosting Northwestern. Northwestern, after beating Nebraska, what the heck is going on?
And that's not a feat, beating Nebraska. Now
No.
we know
Penn State is favored by
Oh.
25.5.
I know.
that's a big spread for a Big Ten, but man, Northwestern, I just don't think. I think they're down at the bottom. They are down at the bottom, just as bad as Nebraska. Nebraska's bad.
I'm super scared about that spread, but I just think because Penn State's at home and because Northwestern is really struggling, I'm going to say Penn State cover.
Yeah, I agree with you. That that is a big spread. It does make me nervous, but Northwestern's performances this year have just been just lack of a better word, shit. I mean, just not good. Their only win is against the only other worst team in the Big Ten. And then they come out and they lose, not taking anything away from Miami, Ohio, because I know the Gophers have struggled with them before in a non-conference game. So I do think their program is decent, not taking anything away. But man, they lose to them pretty handedly too.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'm ever gonna pick Northwestern the rest of the season because they are just not good. I'm gonna go Penn State winning big at home and covering.
Yeah, I'm just going to stay right with the two of you. The algorithm has Penn State by 29. 29 is more than 25. I just think Penn State needs to make a statement before they head into the East schedule, and they're going to do it at the hands of Northwestern.
They're gonna need to, that's for sure.
Here's
one, another big.
Oh my gosh! Here we go, Darla. Rutgers, who is not a bad team, is at the Big House, at the Horseshoe, not the Big House. Excuse me. Sorry, Wolverines. At the Shoe, OSU is favored by 40.5.
Yeah, I went OSU winning, but not covering the spread.
So
that's Rutgers then.
Yeah,
picking Rutgers there to prevent the spread. I would be very similar in that boat had I not seen the score of the Iowa Rutgers game. If Iowa can, I believe Iowa won 31-7, or something close to that. If Iowa can run up and make a 24-point spread with their ground and pound offense, oh man, I think Ohio State can do it, and I think that they will. I'm going to take the over on this one. I'm going to take OSU dominates this game at home, making it big.
Guys, I'll be right back.
Oh gosh, I'll be here.
Okay.
So while Darla's gone, the algorithm really surprised me on this one. I thought OSU by about 50. The algorithm has OSU by 26.
That's way
that's
under.
Way under. And Rutgers has a good defense, number 9 ranked defense, even after last week. So I'm going to stay in Darla's camp, and I'm going Rutgers. OSU is going to win, hands down.
We know that, but that's the fun of the spread. Is are they going to absolutely dominate the game for all 4 quarters? Because you need to dominate the entire game to win by 40 points. Goodness gracious. Will they do it? I don't know. Yeah, that may be a stupid pick, but I didn't pick OSU last time. I'm not going to make that mistake again.
Well, and the over and the under on this is 59.5. So,
because, I mean, they're not expecting Rutgers to bring much offense to this game. or put up many points, if any.
And-
I hate Ohio State in general. I hate that I have to pick them every single week. And I hate my far neighborhood neighbors that hang their Ohio State flag at the corner every
There's
single
always one.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, I just want to talk to them a little bit and like give them the benefit of the doubt, because I'm not sitting here, but I am judging them hard strictly because they have an Ohio State flag outside their house that I have to see every day. So yeah, I will judge you very hard until I get to know them. And I kind of want to be like, why do you, I notice this. I don't know if you know this, but I notice your stupid flag. I respect the Viking stuff, but why Ohio State? Is one of you from Ohio? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get an answer one of these times. Maybe I'll be brave enough, knock on the door, just be like, hey, I'm just a fellow Gopher fan who doesn't like Ohio State. I respect them, but I don't like them. What is your connection so I can stop judging?
Well, keep
for
us
your-
posted when you interact with them.
Yeah, oh yeah. I have not built up the courage. Maybe I'll have a couple more beers and just walk down there tonight and see what happens. What could go wrong? But yeah, if I do ever interact with them, I don't know how, but I make it a goal to interact with them and see why they proudly fly that flag.
Dean, what'd you go with?
I'm with you. I went with Rutgers.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, this one I'm very curious, y'all. This one, Indiana, 3-1 Indiana at 1-3 Nebraska at Lincoln. Nebraska is
I believe Nebraska's coming off of a bye week.
off a bye week. Nebraska is picked by 5.5, which was up from 3.5 earlier in the week. Darla.
I'm going with
They have a
Indiana.
new head coach. Yeah.
I just think there's a lot of things they're trying to figure out yet. So I'm going with Indiana.
This one makes me nervous. I called Nebraska bad and I meant it. They are bad. But two things are going to happen. One of two things are going to happen when you fire a head coach mid-season. They are either going to rally behind that new coach or they will continue to crash and burn. Man, and Indiana is just not that good of a team this year. I don't believe. I mean, I went against them since he absolutely crushed them. I think Indiana is going to think that they're going to have a pretty rollover win here. But it's at Nebraska. Oh, this is horrible.
This might be another WhatsApp text.
Yeah. No, I got to go with Darla. Darla knows what's going on. Nebraska, I cannot believe they are favored. They are bottom of the Big Ten and bottom for a good reason. I don't know how they're favored because it's in Nebraska, but Indiana is going to win this game.
Yeah, we don't have much difference here. I'm with you two. I think the new climate that the transfer portal has created is going to hurt Nebraska a lot, because I think the bottom's going to totally fall out on this, because players are already thinking about, I'm going to USC, I'm going wherever. And Nebraska's defense is really bad. They average giving.
They can stop Northwestern.
Yeah, they give up over 500 yards a game. So Indiana, it's going to be a shootout. There's no doubt about it. There's not going to be a lot of defense here, but Indiana, I don't know who's. Gosh, I don't.
Who's going to play worse? Who's going to play less bad?
Exactly. Who's going to make the mistakes? Both teams give the ball up. I mean, a lot. So Indiana is I think Indiana is going to win, and they're gonna well, obviously they are not going to cover because they don't have
If
to
Indiana
cover.
wins, they prevent the cover. Who knows? Yeah.
Okay, let's go to undefeated ACC. I mean, NC State, undefeated. NC State has had a good team last year, and they're really good this year. And they're going to Clemson. Clemson is picked by 6.5. Darla.
Clemson, and they're going to cover.
Yeah. I think so. I think last year was a down year for them. Based off of, I listened to an interview of Dabo Sweeney and the fact that I still have, my t-shirt from Clemson. I'm still on that bandwagon fan. This is going to be tough. And from anything I've learned from Clemson over the past couple of years, they tend to step up in big games. I mean, the one that crosses my mind because Lamar Jackson is dominating the NFL right now. Back when he was at Louisville and Clemson played, I mean, that was the, clash of titans there. It was unbelievable. I think it was Deshaun Watson versus Lamar Jackson. Anyways, I could be wrong, but that is a huge game. And Clemson stepped up big. So they're not shy of experience in big games like this. They played many undefeated teams. I think they are also going to win and cover. Okay, coming out on top in the ACC.
This team, sorry, I'm going to steal one from y'all here.
Take it.
NC State, the algorithm has NC State to win by 1.
Oh,
So NC State's defense is good. I love you, Dabo. You know that. Aunt Pruitt. Sorry,
Dabo, if you're watching, my dad's a big fan.
Yep. But this one, they're coming off of an emotional win last week. NC State is better than people think. This is my super dog upset. NC State will win and will make people think about Clemson in the playoff.
Wow. Interesting. Big pick. We'll see. We will see.
Okay. Now we go to undefeated SEC. Undefeated Kentucky.
Yeah. I know. I love that. I was gonna say so much hype behind Kentucky right now. It is awesome. They're just ranked, not only ranked, but I believe they are ranked top 10 right now.
What are they ranked, Darla?
7.
7. See, they got the hype right now. They're riding high. Darla, what do you think about this?
Yeah, MC State. Before you go, Darla, Old Miss. Excuse me, MC State. What? Old Miss.
I don't even know who MC State is. Hold on, Darla. Let's stop. Who is MC State, Dad?
MC Hammer's cousin.
I think there was an N. NC
okay,
State.
let me tell you, Alex, I miss you running the spreadsheet. I was entering my pick of NC State. Meanwhile, looking at the spread, which was Ole Miss, so it turned out MC State.
Yeah. Good old MC State. It's where all the good DJs start.
Okay. I can mute you. Okay, Darla.
I have Ole Miss, and they're going to cover the spread.
Oh no. I am riding the waves of Kentucky. Move aside basketball. Kentucky is here to play some football. I'm going to go Kentucky beating Ole Miss. They are going to break some hearts over there in Mississippi.
Boy, Josh, I feel bad that Darla and I taken this one from you. Algorithm has Ole Miss by 11.5. Kentucky, just they are not good in the red zone. Their offense is number 88 in the country, and they're playing an athletic Ole Miss team.
You think their offense is ranked 88th in the country out of everyone? Wow. For number 7 in the country, that algorithm knows something that we don't know. I'll let you finish. That's amazing.
So they're gonna have a tough time scoring points, and Ole Miss has a good defense. So Ole Miss will win. Ole Miss will cover.
That's all right. Us Wildcats. We'll see. We'll see. I'm just riding the hype right now. That's what I'm doing. I'm riding the hype and stealing games. Who knows?
Darla, it's in Waco, excuse me.
Waco. Sorry
Oh.
for yelling in the microphone there.
Down by Magnolia Farms.
Yeah.
Oklahoma
Fixer
State
uppers.
at Baylor. Baylor is picked by 2. This surprises
Very
me.
close game.
Chip and Joanna, I'm with you. Baylor, and they will cover.
That's right. I was gonna say they are incredible. I don't know much about these two teams on this one. I know it's a close spread, which basically means who do you think is going to win this game? I'm also a big fan. Is there a show called Fixer Uppers, Darla?
There used to be. They have their own Magnolia network now.
Oh gosh, they have a whole TV. They have a whole TV.
Where have
network.
you been, Josh?
Not on Magnolia Network, but I feel like I did hear that. But I just yeah. Chip,
And we
Chip
don't,
and
we
Joe.
don't subscribe anymore. So dang, this is my only.
What?
I know.
I don't.
Darla, you're in
You
charge
just-
of the finances.
You gotta
There's
pay
some
for
wiggle
that,
room. Darla, there is some wiggle room for Magnolia Network. I can guarantee that. Just a matter of where you're gonna find it. But I'm with you, Darla.
Fixed
I'm
income
gonna
with
go,
retirement now, according to Dean.
yeah.
Fixed income.
Retirement, can't spend money at all. Plain and simple. I'm gonna go with home field advantage on this one. Let's go Baylor Bears for the win and the cover.
Yeah, I want to go with Mullet, but I can't.
You should.
The algorithm has.
Steal another one, Dad.
Yeah, no, I'm staying with Baylor. Richard Reese, running back, is a beast. Is going to be too hard to stop. And here comes the first loss, and it's going to be high scoring. Don't get me wrong; it's going to be really high
Oh
scoring.
yeah. It's big.
But Baylor will beat Oklahoma State at home.
Yeah, I think so. I love all those non-conference games. I'll tell you what, right now, I'm a big fan of all of them. Couple undefeateds here, a great Big 12 matchup there. I was gonna say we all started similar. I think those are gonna be pretty straightforward. But I was gonna say we started ruffling some feathers here and there. It'll be an interesting game. I'm hoping to pick up a couple here. Try to stay out of third place. Darla, overall, do you think you have another undefeated picking weekend?
You bet. I'm just gonna think positive.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can't go wrong. Think positive, trust your gut, go with it. I love it.
Yeah, it's we only have 4 games. We have 6 games that we agree, folks.
What do you mean? We only have six out of
We
10
have
that
6
we all agree
games.
on?
We got 6 out of the 10. We all picked the same winner, so we're gonna see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's only 4. I hope they all go my way. Darla, that would be some elite company to be. I don't think I'd let anyone forget until anyone else picked a perfect 10. I don't think I'd let anyone, and I'm on here every single week. So everyone would have to hear me week after week. Be like, hey, Dad, you think you got a perfect 10 like I did that one time back in season 3, week 5?
Yeah, Josh, you and I have had good weeks, and but
never
never.
perfect. And especially last week, 4 out of 10. Boy, I got some ground to make up. But I'm confident. I'm with you, Darla. I also think I have a 10 out of 10, which means one of us is gonna be wrong.
Well, and I feel for you because as more data goes into the algorithm, it's just the gap's going to get bigger.
Fine tuning.
So Josh, the question is, I think it's a 7-hour time difference. So like
6 or
in
7,
4 in the
something
morning,
like
would
that.
you like us to video chat with you on WhatsApp?
For our episode.
Just to check in with Charlie.
At 4 in the morning. Yikes! That I don't look good on the camera now. Could you imagine what I look like at 4 in the morning? Woof. Probably after a couple of too many glasses of wine, after a day of full activities, I would be looking rough. But
Josh, it's really different with the wine over there. There's no sulfates or anything in there. So you can drink a lot and it doesn't ever affect you.
all right.
And
That's all
Darla
I-
speaking
that's
from
all I give.
experience.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I am beyond excited. Little did you guys know, I am just gonna get the Viking wave started over in Europe. Ashley said no, but I will sneak on my Vikings jersey because they will be playing in London.
That's right.
This coming, yeah.
Yes.
I was gonna say it's a local game for me. so
Yeah, it's a
gonna
home
be
game.
Yeah, I mean, London and Italy, not even close, nowhere near each other. But I told Ashley, I was like, Ash, Vikings are gonna be playing over in Europe, over in London. Like, I need to wear my Vikings jersey on Sunday. Like, it's a local time for me. She's like, Josh, that's embarrassing. Everyone's gonna know you're from America. I'm like, that's the
That's
point.
going to show
And-
anyway, no matter
Josh,
how
you're
hard
gonna
you
stick
try.
out.
Anybody.
I'm like, once they hear me say words, they will know I'm from America. So I'm just gonna put an exclamation mark on it with a Vikings jersey. It's gonna make her upset, but I'm excited that the Vikings will be playing in Europe as the same time I'm over there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's gonna be so much fun, and I'm excited and jealous for you.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it'll be good. It all starts tomorrow. But needless to say, I will be missing next week's podcast. Charlie and I will be discussing how I did. And we will discuss what picks to move forward, which ones we agree upon, which ones we may disagree on, and go from there. But needless to say, I will be missing this next week, but I'll come back with a more diverse thinking of the world.
Yeah.
And I think whatever happens over the next 2 weeks with our picks, anything what happens, we are bound to just continue to excel from that.
So what you need to know, Josh,
Parla inglese. Lei parla inglese.
did you hear that? That's lei parle English. Do you speak English? That's the phrase you need to learn. Lei parle English.
I'll just go English. And that'll be a quick yes or no.
You know, Ashley's worried about the Vikings jersey, but like you say, the minute you open your mouth, they're gonna know you're not from there.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. I was in the same country and I just moved to the other end of it and I said 2 words.
Oh, you're
I'm
north of that
wrong here.
Mason-Dixon line.
Yeah. Go across the pond and see what happens. So no, it'll be good. I am very excited. So we'll go from
Oh.
there.
Well, we better wrap this one up.
Wrap it up. No one wants to hear about our Italy trip. Everyone wants to know about our picks, and
Yeah,
those
it's-
are done.
Yes.
All right. Darla, as always, a pleasure. Good luck on your perfect 10. I'm going to hope for a perfect 10, and we'll go from there.
And Josh, just for the record, I have to listen to Darla go through the spreadsheet on the game. So,
On Saturdays. Yep.
yep.
I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Well, I wish I was there with you, but hey, let's bring it in, bring it down for the show. Here we go. Sports Dolls on 3. 1, 2, 3. Sports.